Hi friends, today we have very important and unique topic to know about knowledge life cycle. Now you'll understand that how you can go and learn the new technology if you follow this life cycle. This is very important and this is actually applicable if we are doing or not doing, but we are directly or indirectly following this life cycle. Okay, so let's understand this. Now the main point here is, and for that I have created one video. You can see the video link here in the bottom. Let me quickly show you this. This is actually the hurdle from CCNA to CCI, and while you are going from CCNA and covering your journey towards the CCI, then what are the things that you should understand? First of all, which technology you want and why you are learning and how you are approaching towards the technology. Now the core behind this, so core thing here is this, that every year nowadays, if you go and see, every year or in 1.5 of a year, you'll find that technology is changing. So suppose if we have 4G, now we are preparing for 5G. Once 5G will come, you will see after 1.5 years, 6G will come, etc. And this is true for all the fields, not only related to IT, but medical or any other profession as well. So things are changing drastically and fastly. Now, the point here is this, that as the things are changing, do we are preparing for those changes? Are we prepared for those changes? Or as things are changing, are we learning the new things? And if we are learning the new things, are we maintaining the quality? Because to learn the new thing, it's actually difficult. And what are the difficulties we have and how we can follow the knowledge life cycle to do that, to achieve the target? And you will find it very frustrating and interesting. Frustrating in the terms that once you learn, after 1.5 year you have to go and learn new things. So that life cycle, so let me quickly show you the life cycle. So this is the life cycle here, you can see, and you will start this life cycle from the beginning. But the point here is this, that once you start this life cycle, the point being here is this, that you started, you have learned all these things. So suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, this is 3. And then once you complete your knowledge cycle, you have to move to new learning. Correct. But again, I'll come back to that. That is the frustrating but challenging as well and interesting as well. So for example, I don't know 5G and I want to learn 5G. How I can start? Because you will see in coming 1 year, the demand will come into the market. Whoever know the 5G, there is requirement for 5G, who can support 5G, etc., etc. And I'm going to record next video related to 5G. This is good news for Cisco engineers because Cisco is investing too much money inside 5G, and there are reasons behind spending those money beneath the 5G technology. So suppose I want to learn the 5G technology, and this is one of the course related to CCNP in core. And I'm going to correlate that. So CCNP core is divided into 6 parts: architecture, virtualization, infrastructure, network assurance, security, automation. Now, this knowledge that I have related to CCNP, it will be applicable for 5G? Now, answer is yes, because you will find that 5G is putting too much things inside automation. There are certain different parameters related to security. The 5G technology, the evolution is because we want network assurance in radio waves, visibility in radio waves. The ISPs want to know where exactly the data is going, and they want to create customized applications, etc. So again, you can see the link. Yeah, you should know the architecture of 5G, how 5G will use virtualization technique, and what about the overall infrastructure, one 5G to other 5G to other 5G, what is the backbone, what's the protocol, etc. Correct. So answer is yes. If you're learning any new technology, you can correlate. So at the beginning, in the beginning, what you can do, that you can go and do the correlation, familiarization, testing, alliances. You can create one 5G group where everyone can share their knowledge. You can make the alliance and you can start. Now, starting is okay. You can start, but maybe after 1 month, 2 months, you'll find it frustrating, new thing. You're not getting benefit out of it, and you will lose the pace. So in that case, you can go and whatever conflicts that you have, you can see the conflict. First of all, do the realization that 5G is actually difficult or not. Again, when you learn, you will understand, but you know the fact about the technology. That's the realization. And then there may be conflict. You may think, why I am doing a study, no one is doing a study, and etc etc. Then you have to fight. Sometimes you'll get freeze. Correct. So you have to fight from yourself, give the challenge to yourself. Correct. And then you learn. Maybe it took 6 months, you created some sort of plan, you gone through different type of learning portals, different type of groups where you got the information. Maybe you got internal training in your company, etc. So once you learn it completely, then you have to glue that fact that you know this thing, you have done it. Now you are ready, you are a ready product for the market. Correct. You're ready to rock. Correct. And again, you can see that cycle is there, that the challenge. So give challenge to yourself, learn, and then you're ready to do the performance. Then you have to show your synergy. Yes, you know you are the pro in this technology, and you can prove that 1 plus 1 is actually not 2, but it's 3. Correct. So that's the thing. So till here, say 1, 2, 3. So you read this story, you are casted, you have performed well, then your film is out in theater and the performance is good. Now, once your movie is completed, that means, and it maybe I'll make 1 to 2 year, not I'm going to 12 months to 18 months, but so for example 2 year span that we have given to this technology. Now that's the time you have to transform, go and learn 6 year, or maybe entirely new technology will come into the market. Correct. But the thing here is this, that that you have to again start from the scratch. You don't know anything. Then again, you can correlate, you can challenge, you can learn. Then you have to use your knowledge, and then completion, you're ready to depart. So as a IT professional, I am suggesting that make your mind like this, that once you learn any new technology, that's not the end. Even that's not the beginning as well, but that's not the end. It will complete its cycle, and once it will reach to the cycle, you have to start new technologies. So start learning. I'll give the time. Start learning, try to complete any technology within 4 to 5 months. Then you perform. Then with this that technology, you perform till 1 year. So the thing is that complete in 5 months. And then suppose if you have 12 plus 12, 24 months, for example, complete in 5 months, and then for 19 months, say not exactly 19, but at least you need 3 months, 4 months to do the deployment, understand the nitty-gritty of that. So that means 5 plus 3 plus 4, 8 plus 4, 9 months. So 9 months approx you complete, and you are start giving support after 5 months. And then next 10 month you can start performing. But in this 10 month again, once you complete 1 year, after just after 12 months, ready for transformation. Because if you do not learn the new thing, some other guy will learn new thing, and he will get the opportunity. In IT, you will never stop, you know this thing, but at the moment you'll stop, everything will get closed. All right, so this was the life cycle related to knowledge. I hope you understand the importance of this, and you will follow these things. I am also following. You can also follow the same thing. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Hi, friends. We have a very important topic to discuss today, the journey from CCNA to CCI. And I'm going to show you a few very interesting slides that the company they should use. Suppose if they do not use those strategy and those things, then they will go in fall. You will understand while watching those slides. I will clearly mention you the success story and the failure story as well. Now this is the cartoon, and this is some of the pics from the networking world. So as a networking engineer, when you start, when you are L1 or you're in the operations, then your life is like a king. Then you start digging deep into the network technology, and then finally reaching till CCI, you'll become, like this situation. And now this is in terms of hard work, but if you see in terms of money, and I have shared one of the video already, I uploaded that the salary structure of CCI in India and abroad, and you'll find that the salary is exponential. Salary will increase like anything if you become CCI. If you have 2 CCI, 3 CCI, then your demand will be good. But now things are changing actually. So if you compare the salary of CCI 5 year back, and now if you compare the salary of the engineer, or salary of other IT professionals, like someone is doing cloud, someone is doing automation, DevOps, etc., you will find that there is change. Why there is change? Because there is change in the strategy for companies as well. So try to understand the change. What change is there? Now, first of all, I always tell this thing that you should have the T-shaped skill. That means in one core area, you are the expert. No one can touch you. But in other fields also, you should have the knowledge. So what I'm telling here is that this is important, that you have CCNP level knowledge in other areas, like you are good in security, you are good in data center, you are good in routing, switching, etc. Means you are through the platform, you're good. And in one area, you have done your CCI. So if you have one CCI, for example, if you have CCI in data center, you are very good in data center technologies, like how Nexus switch is working, the storage switches are working, the compute, the overall fabric, how the extension of DC, security, virtualization, those things you are very much good and comfortable. Correct. Now this is surprising, but now companies, they are looking for, or they are giving much more preference. So CCNP, I'll give him higher, one CCI, and that's the fact of the market today. So companies, they are looking for T-shaped, or maybe if it is not flat T, but still if it is like this type of shape. I don't know what shape is this. This is the rectangle. So rectangular type of shape knowledge they want. That means they want CCNP level of knowledge. If we have in different area, I'll write 1, 2, 3. At least in 3 different areas, you have CCNP is like network professional. That will be greater than CCI in one area. That's the common norm nowadays. So if you're preparing for CCI, you do your preparation, get the certification. I have 2. You also go and do it, but in terms of job, in terms of salary, if you want quick enhancement, if you want quick salary growth, then you can easily go and do 3 CCNP. Correct? Choose your areas. First of all, routing, switching, data center, and security. These 3 core areas, if you do your CCNP, obviously you will get the attention from various companies. Correct. Now I'll show you the important slide. So what is happening nowadays, that you will see, and why this is very important. This is not that we are in even 2000, or maybe 2010 also. That also we can compare. So 2010, and if you check the technology in 2020, like only a 10-year span, what is happening? Now every year some technology, we have major changes. That means that you have to go and learn the new things every year. Now this frequency was 5 year. So after every 5 year, there was some major change in the technology. And this is true for software. This is true for hardware networking as well. Why? Because in network now you have software defined network. So you will see every year, or maybe every 1.5 year, you have to learn major things. You can see now In Cisco, you have to learn SD-WAN, ACI, both are SDN platform. Then DNA is coming. DNA is already, so many companies, they are using DNA, digital network architecture. Correct. So be ready. And suppose if you're looking for this type of knowledge, it's impossible, correct? That you can't have expert level, you can't make multiple T's. It's impossible. It will take 15 20 years. It's not possible, correct? It's possible, but it's difficult and it's time consuming. And the moment you're studying your CCI, preparing your CCI for 1 2 year, again major change in the industry, major change in the technology, then what you will do? So someone was preparing for routing and switching, suddenly the certification got changed to CCI Enterprise. And in CCI Enterprise, you have DNA, you have SD-WAN, you have so many new things. You have automation, scripting, etc. Correct? So be focused. What you are studying, you are studying, and all of sudden things will get changed. So be ready for the change. That's one key thing. And finally, talent is critical. Talent is a key. So that was the thing that I was telling earlier in my video, in the starting of my video, that companies, they are looking for talented engineers. And what's the reason? So as per the study, let me show you, the study is telling that if a company having talented people, you can see that 33% people are talented, that has more successful than a company has 29 or less than 29% of talented people. So the success story, how it is building, and again, this is from different studies and surveys, this particular chart and graph. So success story is measured. How it is measured? It is measured with 3 pillars: technology, people, and process. You should have process. Most of the companies, they have process, correct? And you can see that the successful companies, they have 26% process with compared to the companies they are failing. Again, you know, the term like micromanagement type of thing. So big company, they don't have such much of that much of micromanagement, who is doing what, who is logging at what time, etc., etc. You know, all these things. And big companies, they are giving the task, so they have the trust on the employees. They are giving the task to the employees, and they are assuming that they will complete within the time. That's the key here. So if you have talented employee, obviously they will do it. If you don't have, it will not get completed. So either it's a IT model or business model, you can see the success. And this is very, very important, the study we have. And finally, you can see that early developing and maturing. So the matured company, like from 5 or 10 years from now, they will put so much emphasis on the over the technology. Still, they will give emphasis over the people, talented employees. And then finally, you can see that process. So process will get decrease, talented people will come, they will do the collaboration. Obviously, they can use SDN, automation, scripting, all those things they will use, because you can see talented people, they are using the technology better than the those type of engineers who have less certification, or they have you know, they have somewhat less certification, they have somewhat less experience, etc. So if company is spending money to hire talented people, that is a core. So apart from technology, investment over the people is also important. And that's why all the time we are seeing that CCI, people are hiring CCI, or now 3 into CCNP. For me, it's not equivalent, but again, CCI, you have golden number, CCNP you don't have. But in terms of knowledge, in terms of experience, if someone has done 3 into CCNP, then they are also as good as CCI as well, correct? Because they have diversified knowledge area. Great, guys. So I hope that you understand and you will get some gain that in which direction we should go and enhance our career. All right, so let me stop here. Thanks for watching. We are still discussing that how the job roles are changing. So suppose if someone has done the CCNA today, what he has to do under same umbrella, under same CCNA after 2-3 years. And that's the topic that we are going to discuss here. So the job role is changing, where we are standing and where we should stand. That's a very important thing that we are going to discuss, and why it's happening, changing, that we are discussing from previous videos as well. Now you can see here in the chart that what is the expectation and where we are standing at the moment. So you can see that Cisco engineers, they are leading in the network configurations. And again, this video that we are seeing here, that is related to network engineers. And that may be Cisco, Juniper, or any other vendor, but you can analyze this with respect to Cisco, and then you can apply with other vendors as well. Okay, so Cisco or other vendors, they are doing great in terms of network configuration, troubleshooting, design, and hardware deployment. And now, because there is shift in a paradigm, there is shift in networking. So now we have SDN, network programming, IoT, and cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is also one key area, because while we are moving inside the digitization, you have to understand the security threat nowadays with the newer framework like SDN or DNA, etc. What customers are doing, that they are directly getting exposed to the cloud, to the internet, to the public surroundings or public area. So that's very important key here, that as much as you are utilizing the online platform and data, you are exposed to public domain, and security is a threat. So you have to put tight security guideline to provide the security. And where Cisco engineers or other networking guys, they're lagging, still we are lagging in the cloud inside, because for cloud, again, you have to learn new things like AWS or Azure or Microsoft vendors and other different vendors who are the major player in the cloud. Analytics, digital innovation, and management automation. This is again one of the key area, and you will see that so many companies, so many vendors, they are creating management platform. Now, management platform or orchestration platform we have in Cisco, like in DNA, you have DNA Center. For WAN, you have SD-WAN. For ACI, you have a PIC controller. So those are nothing but the management automation platform. Okay, great. Now you can see that CCNA job role. So 2018 and below, and you can think this as a range of 3 to 4 years. So I have given like 18, 19, and 20, but this is the futuristic scope of CCNA, and you can think in a realm of 3 to 4 years. So from 2020 till 2025 or 2024, what will be the expectation from CCNA engineer? They should be good in the troubleshooting, network configuration, network programming. Now, these are the new areas that has been added. Programming. Network configuration is something that they are doing it, but exposure is there, weightage is there more and more. So you do the network configuration with respect to programming. You write the Python program or a script, and with program you do the configuration. Or from the management platforms or the orchestration platforms, you can do the programming. That's the expectation, correct? So that is one of the key aspect that is changing. And even in terms of troubleshooting as well, from the network management platform, or from the script, from the tools, you can do the troubleshooting rather than doing the CLI thing. Correct. So that one thing. And again, you can add policy management as well. So policy management, network programming, troubleshooting, T-shooting, and network configuration. Now for CCNP, you can see again. So from CCNP, you can see the journey has started like management automation. So you have DNA, you have SD-WAN, you have Epic controllers, you have other management tools, you have insight tools, you have AI ops tools, different things you can go utilize for CCNP. So CCNP engineers can manage the entire infrastructure with the management automation platform or tools. Network programming. So these are going hand in hand. So you are doing the management automation with respect to APIs, with respect to tools that you have. And finally, you can see that one other key area, that project/product management. So not only that you are managing the infrastructure, you are creating the design, etc., but you are managing the project as well. You are the team lead, you have this project, you have to complete it. Now the third variant, CCI, and you can see there are a lot of change here in the CCI. So CCI, they are not only doing the designing and the solution architect, etc., but they should also know network programming, management automation, security management, troubleshooting, the new innovation in terms of digitization, cloud provisioning, and project management. So you can see the area for CCI has grown a lot. It's not only that you can go and pass your CCI exam, theory plus lab, and your life is good. You have to check the network application project life cycle. So that means that not only the network, not only the application, but the application using that network, and that will come fall under your bucket as a project, and you have to manage that project. What are the tools you can use? You can go and use the programming tools. You can go and use the automation tool, and you have to create a security framework in a way that inside your framework. So when you're putting the framework, you are putting the network, you are putting the application, you are taking help from the programming, you are taking the help from the management automation platforms, but everything should be glued inside security. So your framework actually is security, and everything, the security plus project, and everything is going inside security and the product. So if you ask me that what I recommend, I'm going to recommend you that for CCN engineer, what should be the target area, and for CCNP and CCI in the next slide. But as per the survey, you can see that survey is telling that cybersecurity weightage, those are critical. Those are going to be critical, 51%. And again, this is with respect to network admins or network engineers. So cybersecurity, network routing and switching, network design, virtualization, cloud, data center, and SDN. So you can have a mark at least up to this, even if you are interested in IoT and NFV network function virtualization, you can have a look. But what are the top key areas that you should look as a CCNA engineer, CCNP engineer? You can see at least 6 or 7 listed here. So for CCNA, check cybersecurity, RNS, cloud virtualization, wireless and SDN. Actually, this is new CCNA syllabus. So just go and follow the CCNA, new CCNA syllabus. But if you come inside CCNP, you will find so many things are there. And for CCNP, you can watch my recording, 10-minute video, that how the CCNA, CCNP certification got changed and what are the things we have inside the CCNP. But here you can see that if you are preparing for CCNP, you can go and check the cyber security section, route switch, virtualization, that will fall under CCNP data center, SDN. Now SDN is a broad term because for LAN you have DNA, for WAN you have SD-WAN, for data center you have ACI. So SDN you have here in DC as well, but data center, again, it's a big area. And then finally you have cloud, and cloud, obviously Cisco supporting cloud, but for cloud you have different big vendors as well, like Amazon, like Microsoft, etc. Still for CCNP, I will recommend that you should do CCNP first of all in core. Then you can go and check the routing stuff. You have advanced routing inside CCNP. You can go and check CCNP in SD-WAN. You can go and check CCNP in security. You can go and check CCNP in wireless, in this order. Correct? Finally, coming to CCI, again, CCI is assumed to have one major area where you are creating the T. So suppose if you are doing CCI in security, so you are very good in security. If you are doing CCI in data center, you are good in data center, like that. But you can see the order. So if you go and do CCI in enterprise, you have to learn SDN first of all, SD-WAN, SDN, and DNA. That's the campus area network SDN. That's the DNAC. So these two things you have to learn for CCI enterprise. Network programming is something that whatever stream we have, we should know network programming. So automation and programming is the must. Then you can go and add these as electives, like after 2-3 years or next year and onwards, you can go and check security, cloud, data center virtualization. So it's up to us that what is our support area where we are working in an organization. According to that also we can prepare. And if you are looking for job change, then the topmost priority should be SDN. Either it's a DNA, SDWAN, or ACI, and then you can go and check the programming. So if you add only two things, SDN and plus programming in your CV, 100% you will get the call. And then again, if you add security features, cloud, virtualization, etc., those will be added advantage inside your CV. That is true with CCNP as well. If in CCNP, still I can see in the market huge demand for SD-WAN engineer, DNA engineer, ACI engineer. So if you have those things plus security plus programming, then it's well and good. Now this is the final slide. So you can see as per the market, and is the chief developer officer, uh, JDA software, he's telling that recruiting has changed from looking for experts for looking athletes, people who can flexibly shift from one job to another job and work well on team. So now company, they are not looking for the experts, although they are looking for athletes. Okay, so that means that someone who is ready to learn new things after every 1 year, or maybe after every 15, 16 months, they have the win-win situation. So what is your win-win situation? Learn new thing every day. Try at least to understand what is new is coming in the market and learn it, and then try to implement in coming months. So learn every week and try to implement every month. That's the key. Okay, and you have to create a solid foundational background for upcoming technology. Correct. So that's the well said. The recruiting had changed from looking for experts. So they are not looking for CCIs, and that's a hard term, loose term, but they are not looking for 100% SMEs, but they are looking for athletes who can learn and deliver. Not only that, you completed your CCI, you have done your hard work one time, and then you are thinking that you're relaxed. Correct? It's not the case here. It's saying that you have done your hard work and you're ready to do the hard work. Learn and deliver. Learn, adapt, deliver. Like that type of model you have to work on. All right. So let's stop here. And I think you have understood that what is the requirement at this point of time in the market.